Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vic and welcome to the Sports Update Show, or your daily Sports Update Show. Got a lot to get into this morning. Got to take another sip of tea. Hope you're all doing well. What a sports week ahead of us. Looking forward to it. T20 cricket semi-finals, Six Nations going into the last stretch, EuroLeague basketball getting exciting, Premier League football, NBA, NHL, hotting up, lots to get into. So, what are we going to talk? Of course, it's Table Tuesday, so we're going to talk about all the tables in football, T20 cricket, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NCAA basketball. Give you the rankings there. That's March Madness is around the corner. That starts in 13 days. EuroLeague basketball as well. A little bit of MotoGP, because MotoGP, I forgot about that one yesterday. So without any ado, let's get straight into it. Most important, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button. We're almost at 144,000. And if you want to get hold of us, that's the email on the top there. Check that out. Oh, I got green fingers when I do that. Okay, all right. My fingers are normally not that green. Okay, there you go. Look, let's start at the T20, because that is hotting up there. And those are the four teams that are left over. South Africa, New Zealand, India and England. South Africa, well, let's have a look at those fixtures. Tomorrow afternoon at 14:30 Central European Time, it is South Africa against New Zealand in Eden Gardens in Calcutta. I've actually walked past that stadium. Yeah, there you go. Then on Thursday already. On Thursday at the 5th of March, it's going to be India against England. That's going to be a big one. That is in the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. So yeah, I'm sticking with my tip. I think the final is India against New Zealand. But hey, if it's South Africa, England, that's fine with me as well, because it doesn't really matter, does it? Just do that a little bit like that. There you go. Then let's get into all the football. There's our big football segment today. Look, last night, big. You know what? I'm going to take a bite. Just because it's Real Madrid, I'm taking a bite of my toast here. Very good. Real Madrid lose again to Getafe. All is not well in the world of Madrid at the moment, I can tell you that. Toast is good this morning. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Isa. Then Bologna beat Pisa 1-0 in Italy. Udinese knocked off Fiorentina 3-0. Fiorentina, a little bit of trouble at the moment. Then in the Championship, big win for Middlesbrough there. And Jose can win in Portugal. Benfica, they are beating Gil Vicente 2-1. So well done to them. Pavlidis scoring, man, at the moment. Lots of questions. Then, don't forget, Premier League. There you go. Premier League table. Here we go. All kicking off again tomorrow night. Oh no, tonight and tomorrow night. Yes, there you go. Man, you only plays tomorrow night. That's why. Arsenal still 5 points ahead of City, but a game in hand for City. So, look, it's quite easy. If Arsenal win everything until the end, they are champions. If City win everything until the end, they are champions, because Arsenal have to travel to City as well. Man United, that's beautiful. We're third in the table. If the other two decide to really slip up, could we be there? Yeah, I have a dream. There you go. Man United in third. Aston Villa starting to slip quickly now. Only about 5 weeks ago, they were like 10 points ahead of us. Liverpool there in fifth. Not looking good for Chelsea. And don't forget, Chelsea and Aston Villa battle it out this week. So, lots of things can change there. Brentford doing well in seventh. Everton as well. Fulham, Bournemouth. Good stuff from them. Then let's go to La Liga in España. After that slip up from Real Madrid last night, Barcelona leading by 4 points. But look, still 12 games to go. So to say that Barcelona's got it in the bag would be way too early. Now, it's a two-horse race, Barcelona against Madrid. Atletico and Villarreal should get the other two Champions League spots. Then in Italy, buongiorno tutti. Does look like Inter Milan's going to do it. They're 10 points ahead of AC and another 4 points ahead of Naples. Roma in a good fourth position this year, and the big surprise team of the season, Como in fifth, doing well there under Cesc Fabregas. Then in the Bundesliga, after Bayern beating Dortmund 3-2 on the weekend, kind of looks like it's done. 10 games to go. They only played 34 games in the German league, of course. Good season from Hoffenheim and Stuttgart. Union Berlin in 10th, also good. Freiburg in 8th and Augsburg in 9th. Some of the surprise teams there. Leverkusen, were champions 2 years ago, not doing that well. 23 points off Bayern. Yeah, that Xavi Alonso effect is gone, huh? Then in the French league, bonjour, mon amis. There you go. Paris 4 points ahead of Lens. Lens starting to slip just a few games now. But still all to play for. Would be nice to see a different champion there in France. But I kind of doubt it. I think PSG will take it through. Lyon in third. Marseille in fourth. Doing all right for themselves. Then we move to the ladies. The English Women's Premier League kind of looks like City's going to nail this one. Ahead of Manchester United and Chelsea, Arsenal there in fourth. I don't know. So those are the European spots, the top three. Looks like Leicester and Liverpool ladies with West Ham are fighting it out for relegation. Scottish League. Now this is a nice thing to see. Hearts 6 points ahead of Rangers. Celtic got a game in hand. So let's say they win that. So it's 5 points the difference between Celtic and Hearts. It would be good for Scottish football if somebody else would win it this year. I mean, even Motherwell is still doing really well there. Motherwell doing well. Poet, and you didn't even know it. Good stuff there. So, Scottish League, for once in my lifetime, it's actually been a 3-horse race. Then in the Turkish League, it's still Galatasaray and Fenerbahce fighting it out. And Trabzonspor maybe. Can't see Besiktas getting into a title race this year. In the Dutch Eredivisie, look, Feyenoord could be champions this weekend. PSV. PSV win and Feyenoord lose this weekend. PSV will be crowned Dutch champions. Could PSV be the first team in Europe we crown as the champion of a league? We'll see what happens on Monday or next table Tuesday. There you go. Swiss League looking very good for FC Thun. And it's called Thun and not Tan or Thun, like I've heard from some people. I mean, the same people that kind of talk about Lecce and stuff like that. Come on, please. It's called Thun. Okay? FC Thun. It's the same as the second team is FC St. Gallen. Or not St. Gallen or whatever. There you go. So yeah, looking good for Thun. Well done to them. We'll see what happens there. We will see what happens there. Then we move into the US sport. Got a big bracket of US sports today. NBA, that Clippers Warriors game was not finished. So let me have a look if it is finished now. It is finished now. And big surprise there. Ooh, didn't see that one happening. But I can tell you that the Clippers did beat the Warriors 114-101. Kawhi Leonard with 23 points in that one. The Nuggets beat the Jazz 128-124. Jamal Murray with 45 points there. Celtics beating the Bucks 108-81. And the Rockets took care of the Wizards 123-118. Alperen Sengun, the Turkey sensation there, with 32 points and 13 rebounds. Let's have a look at the tables in the NBA, because that is hotting up. Playoffs are just around the corner. We got almost 60 games. Some teams have had more than 60, but let's say 60 games. So around about 20-21 games for each team to go. The beast in the East is still the Pistons, ahead of the Celtics and the Knicks. Do I see anything changing? Look, I said the playoffs are done. I can't see Milwaukee and Chicago making the playoffs. So I think that is done. I think the Charlotte Hornets, the Hawks, the Heat, and the Magic will definitely be in the playoffs. There you go. Then we go out west. Let's see how the West is going to be won. Oklahoma still the top dog, but I'm telling you, San Antonio is pushing hard. I think San Antonio could finish top spot. Houston also coming good at the end of the season. Surprisingly, Minnesota in 4th, Denver in 5th, LA there in 6th. Do I see anything happening? I can't see the Grizzlies and the Mavericks pushing or charging up the table. So for me, the East and the West, I think the playoff teams are decided. The only question is, are you 9, 10, 8, 7, 5, 4? That's the difference. But the 10 teams in each division are basically set who's making the playoffs. Then we had the NHL. I know that one game is still going on there. That was 2-2. The Avalanche against the Kings, I think, is going into overtime. Red Wings beat the Nashville Predators 4-2. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the New York Rangers 5-4. The Philadelphia Flyers took care of the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. The Dallas Stars thrashed the Vancouver Canucks 6-1. And the Carolina Hurricanes couldn't get past the Seattle Kraken. The Kraken won that one 2-1. Let's look at the tables there. A little bit different than in the NBA. So the top 3 of the Central and top 3 of the Pacific make the playoffs, and then you have wild cards. At the moment in the playoffs, you got the Avalanche, who definitely going to be in the playoffs. The Stars will definitely be in the playoffs, and so will the Wild. That is basically done. Golden Knights, Ducks, and Seattle in the other division. But look, Utah, Edmonton, they're all still in the hunt. I think it's all the way down to Nashville that can still make the playoffs. In the East, it's the Lightning, the Sabres, and the Red Wings out of the Atlantic Division, and out of the Metropolitan, you have the Hurricanes, Penguins, and the New York Islanders. Looking good for Montreal and Boston. Washington, the Blue Jackets, Philadelphia, Ottawa, kind of still in the hunt. Don't see the Panthers making the playoffs after winning it 2 years in a row. Doesn't look like they're going to three-peat. Then, hey, listen here, it is preseason baseball. I'm not going to go through all the results, but I will put out the table, and I love these table names in the preseason. In the Grapefruit League, I drink grapefruit juice for breakfast, but not the Grapefruit League. The Pirates doing well there in preseason, 9-2, followed by the Braves and the New York Yankees. Minnesota Twins and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays were in the World Series last year, 2-7, but it's preseason. Or as Alan Ivans would say, it's just practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice. There you go. Cactus League, yeah. I'd like to have some people sit on a fucking cactus. There you go. The Giants doing well. They're 8-2. Dodgers, the reigning champions, 8-3, of course. Oakland Athletics, maybe they need, what was the guy's name there from Moneyball? Billy Bean, something like that. I think they need him back, baby. They need to go for Moneyball again. Crazy, man. But preseason goes a while. They'll start up soon there. Looking forward to the baseball league. Let's have a look at the women's rankings in the college. Well, all the games are basically played now. UConn unbeaten, finished the season 31-0. So we're just waiting to see now the brackets, the bracketology. I will do a live bracketology on the Across the Pond show next week. I'll fill in my bracket live with you guys, so we'll go through that together. On the men's side, let's look at the ladies. UCLA, look, I just still got those 3 teams dominating. I think those 4 teams will make it to the Final Four as well. Then we have the men's results. Duke did beat NC State last night, 93-64. And Arizona, the Wildcats, took on Iowa State and beat them 73-57. The men's rankings, Duke out in front ahead of Arizona, Michigan, all on 27-2, followed by UConn and the Florida Gators. Going to be very interesting to see who goes where and how they're going to be ranked, and that's the big thing. Who gets ranked where? That's going to be so interesting, so join us for that. Then don't forget, EuroLeague this week, big games in the EuroLeague. Look, the EuroLeague is now a little bit complicated because of what is happening in certain parts of the Middle East. I don't want to get into it because I don't want a letter from the bloody YouTube telling me that I can't say anything. But I can just say, Dubai is away from home this week, but their home games, I can't see that being played in Dubai in the next few days. Hapoel and Maccabi definitely not playing at home. They haven't played at home the whole season. So it becomes, it's going to become very interesting to see how this all works out. We'll see. Maybe Dubai's just going to stay in Europe for the rest of the season. I do not know how this works. But we'll check it out. I do know that we are doing Fenerbahce Monaco on Thursday. And of course, we're doing Olympiakos Piraeus against Panathinaikos, the big Greek duel there on Friday night. Let's have a look at the table. Look, Fenerbahce way out in front there. Looking good. Look, you've got to go, I think the top four should be safe. But from Hapoel, Tel Aviv, all the way to Panathinaikos, those are the teams that are in the playoffs now. But if I take the bottom half of the table, Dubai, Milano, and Maccabi Tel Aviv, I think all have a chance still to make the playoffs. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks. You know, Dubai not be able to play at home at the moment. What does that all bring to it? So we'll see. Then, MotoGP. I didn't forget the MotoGP. Yes, it was the Grand Prix of Thailand. It all started up the weekend. The reigning champion did not finish a DNF. So Marc Marquez DNF'd. His brother Alex Marquez DNF. So Marco Bezzecchi, he took the race win ahead of Pedro Acosta, Raul Fernandez, Martin, the reigning, he was reigning champion the year before last, but he had to miss almost the whole season to injury. Agura doing well there for Japan. Giantonio in 6th, Brad Binder in 7th, Morbidelli in 8th, Francesca Bagnaia, Albestia in 9th, and Luco Marin on the Repsol Honda there in 10th. So that was the first race of the season. We'll see what happens there. We'll get into the tables the minute they have more than one race. That's kind of the show for today. Don't forget, this afternoon, Premier League prediction shows. We actually had 2 guys that made the 15-point threshold. One will be getting t-shirts and chocolates, and the other one, called Vern, he gets my applause. There you go. Don't forget, all the other guys that won our competition on the members side, your hoodies and your shirts and chocolates are all on its way. That is going out tomorrow or on Thursday. So we'll check it out. Lawrence, your stuff will come out a little bit later. Just want to I'm waiting till the end of the season to see if I can put it in a package with more people. There you go. But that was the sports update show for today. Don't forget, this evening we've got the Premier League prediction show. Tomorrow we've got, of course, another DEFCON show. And Man United travel to Newcastle in a big game. We'll keep our eye on Chelsea against Aston Villa. What is Arsenal doing? What is City doing? It's hotting up there in the Premier League. And then on Thursday, we have EuroLeague basketball. No darts, because I am going to go watch a football game on Thursday night with my nephew. And sometimes you got to do family things. That's just the way it is. But guys, have a wonderful day. Remember to be safe. Take care. And to everybody out there in a certain region of the Middle East there, just take care, everybody, man. All the best to everybody. See you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.